Let's go for Scotland, Al. What did you think?
Mixed, patchy.
Okay. Yeah.
They showed some real quality, glimpses of real quality.
Definitely.
And I think, like we mentioned in the Ireland video, that 3 or 4 passes, if they go to hand, it's a different game.
I mean, they didn't deserve to win, I would say.
No.
But they did have some good chances, like that Hugh Jones break was genius.
Yeah.
And then he probably puts in the worst pass he's going to make in
exactly.
his career.
And that, for me, is a turning point in the game.
That was very close at the time. I think that would have put them ahead.
Yeah,
big turning point.
But again, Stuart Hogg looks sharp, he looks fresh. Hugh Jones looks sharp.
Yeah.
And Finn Russell, again, is showing that he's strung 2 relatively good... Well, he was superb against England, but his performance against Ireland was pretty good.
Pretty good,
generally.
I mean, their try they scored right at the end, where the backs line up behind the scrum, which everyone's tried at least once, was brilliant.
Yeah.
They swing to one side, and you've got flat man, deep man, create the overlap, score in the corner, beautiful.
Yeah.
But they didn't deserve to win because Ireland squeezed the life out of them, really.
Yeah.
They punished their mistakes. And look in the Ireland video for more of that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with Scotland here. They're at this kind of decision where if they stay with their game plan as it is, I see them winning big games.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning big tournaments.
No.
Because it relies on perfect execution in a small amount of times.
Yeah.
But it's exciting, and if it's their best way of playing, then maybe stick with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think Scotland have got to think, right, you've got a world-class goal kicker in Greg Laidlaw. And kind of go back to a bit like England used to be when they had Johnny Wilkinson playing. They create the opportunities to get them field position for him to knock over 3 points. Yeah. Which you then chip away. You've got someone like Finn Russell at 10 who will create something out of nothing.
That could be a decision they make, but they're not playing that way. They're not playing for penalties. They're not playing to work their way in a half and knock over 3. They're playing to score.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Which is a good game plan. But you're going to get sides conceding penalties in and around the breakdown for being offside because you're trying to go at that pace.
So I think, to go to the next level, they need to have a game where they can go slow and grind it out and kind of play that possession-based game as well.
But identify when it's on and go. Because they've got the players now to identify when it's on and go. I think Peter Horne look good in patches and then look pretty average in patches. I think they're missing Alex Dunbar. Yeah. Because he just... Again, we talked about it with Ireland. The balanced midfield is Dunbar-Jones. Yeah. Because they complement each other in the style and the way they play.
And they allow Russell to be a bit mercurial because Dunbar's so solid.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they're missing him, I think, now. And it's starting to show that... Yeah. Although Horne was good against England.
Horne's a distributor. He's not a big guy. He's a clever footballer. Yeah. And his passing was a bit off, and he gave that interception, and he threw a couple of wild passes. Yeah. And as soon as that happens, he hasn't got much else to the game.
No, exactly.
So yeah, a little bit maybe soft in the centre there, possibly. But anyway, I think they'll be reasonably happy with their performances so far. I think they just need to work out a way of keeping a bit more possession and also changing their game slightly. Yeah. So when you go to Ireland, they were going to have few chances, and maybe they just needed to keep hold of the ball that little bit longer, and maybe not throw the pass quite so soon. But that is against the way they're playing.
Yeah, exactly. And they're due to have some big guys coming back. Richard Gray coming back, the 2 props coming back. I mean, although the replacement ones have done a bloody good job, actually.
Oh, big time, yeah. The Townsend will have learnt a lot, the players will have learnt a lot. Laidlaw's come back in and look good, that's a big positive. Yeah. So let us know what you think. Are they on the right track? Should they change their game plan? Are they serious challengers for the Six Nations next year?
I think that's an interesting point. Actually, it's still very, very early days in Gregor Townsend's international career. So, he's going to learn a huge amount from this.
He's a clever guy.
And because they've had mixed performances as well, I think he'll learn a huge amount from this.
Definitely. Cool. Okay, let's go on to Wales. Yeah. Wales against Italy is a tricky one to analyse. Yeah. Wales, decent performance, some great tries, but then everyone has performed well against Italy.
Yeah, they have.
So, so what do you say? But they've got a chance to finish second next week.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
Yeah, massively. I think although Wales look good, Italy also looked good in patches and made Wales look
some dodgy defence.
Defensively quite frail at patches.
And that's been their big problem with Italy.
Yeah.
I know we don't really analyse Italy, but their defence is absolutely shocking.
Yeah, yeah. It showed, I think, in patches that Wales had changed 10 for that game. Faletau looked sharp coming back in. Tipperick looked sharp at 6.
Yeah.
I think I've got Anscombe at 10. Looked exciting.
Yes, true. But against the big teams, I think there's a big question is who's going to be Wales' 10 going forward. So put your comments on that. But, you know, bigger Anscombe, Patchell or Priestland, you know, who's it going to be? It's tricky. It's a tricky one because we don't quite know. And that's the question mark for me.
Yeah. I mean, you've got 3 options, haven't you, really? I think Anscombe's ahead of Patchell.
Right, yeah,
I think Priestland is in a fight out for that second place with Anscombe. Dan Biggar, I think, is first choice because he's done it for a long time. He's Gatland's go-to guy.
Well, he was. The thing is, Gatland's been so bold and changed his game plan completely, right? And he's ditched Jamie Roberts because of that.
Yeah.
So who's to say he doesn't ditch Biggar as well? He's that ruthless. He could well do it and say, Anscombe or Priestland, you're my man.
I would love to see Anscombe have an extended run on the side. I'd love to see it because he's exciting, he's fresh, he's young, he's quick, he's expansive.
Yeah.
I think he needs that extended run. It's for somebody to go, right,
I don't think I'm not sure he's that young actually, but he's definitely exciting. But I think the big positive for Wales is this depth they've developed so far. And we saw it again. We saw Parks with Watkin, they look good. So that's another centre in the mix. We saw finally James Davis at 7, which we were desperate to see, look great. And then they've got the guys coming back, North looking sharp again.
Yeah.
So at the end of this Six Nations, they're going to have a much bigger player pool than when they started, and they're going to be very well rounded in their new game plan.
Yeah, and
I think it's a huge tip.
Yeah, for as much as England have got weaknesses in the back row, Wales now have got a plethora of back row talent. You look at Shingler, you've got Tipperick, you've got Warburton to come back, Faletau, Navidi. They just keep rolling them out.
Yeah, and they've got a few more that they haven't even used yet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit unfair in all those senses. So, you know, they just need to focus on who their best team is.
Yeah, I think so.
And also how they can keep possession a bit more against the big boys, possibly.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's very exciting times. Anyway, guys, those are our thoughts on Scotland and Wales. Let us know what you think. And then we'll be back after the last round of Six Nations games and see what happens.
I think it's been an interesting last round. There's going to be some cracking contests there.
Yeah,
cracking
absolutely.
Contest.
Maybe some pressure off some people because, you know, the championship's over. Will that result in better rugby?
Yeah. Possibly. I mean, and I thought the French were good against England the other week as well. So I think their tussle with Wales at the weekend is going to be, I think it's going to be a bit of a cracker.
Cool. Okay, guys, until then, we will see you later.